Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Randy Shaves. We're going to be doing a shave this morning, and it's going to be a good one. First of all, let me show you what we're going to be using. We're going to be using PAA's Camp Phoexnix. Camp Phoexnix is a great scent. It's one of my favorite scents, but I like nice, calm, smoky scents, and that's what this is. It has the scent notes of mesquite wood, pine, white sage, white birch, tar, and charcoal. And it's sort of similar if you've ever used Sterling's Texas Fire. It's similar, but it's calmer. It's not as, the smoky part is not as out front. But it's there, and it's wonderful. I love it. I'm going to be switching things up a little today. I'm going to be using my Rockwell 6C razor with the number 5 plate. I think you can see that there. And I'm going to be using a menorah blade. I don't know if you've ever used these or not, but these are nice, smooth blades. I like them. And I've heard that they're not making them anymore, but I don't know that that's true. I've just heard that. Now, I've got the Camp Phoexnix aftershave also. Now, for the real star of this shave, I've got a new brush, and man, is it awesome. It's from Hoosier LatheWorks, and the name of it is Blood Money. This is the brush. It's got a 25 millimeter Hoosier LatheWorks H3 Badger knot in it, which are great knots, and it's made from bloodwood. That's what this is made out of. And if you'll notice the acrylic along here, first of all, it's got copper bands here at the bottom and the top, and then it's got some red dye in there. Excuse me, that's not blood. It's, even though it's called Blood Money. But the green you see in here is actually shredded up currency. Now, don't get excited. It's out of circulation currency that was purchased. So it's not, they didn't shred up money to put in there, but that's what's in there. It is such a neat brush, and I can't wait to use it. I just got it yesterday. I worked on getting it nice and cleaned up, and since it's a brand new Badger knot, and softened up, and it's ready to go. I want to read you a little bit about this brush. It says that the small piece of resin, which is what's in the middle here, where my middle finger's pointing, is truly the showcase of this brush. It has some red dye and shredded US currency. It was made by another brush maker, not the brush itself, but the acrylic part. It was made by another brush maker, Ryan Tanzi. He was turning by Tanzi. That was his name. However, he recently hung it up and is no longer making brushes. He used to make that resin pour frequently and called it Blood Money, hence the name. So I thought it needed to have some bloodwood with it. This is Logan talking. So that's what you have there, Blood Money and bloodwood and copper. Those are copper bands, and you've got the dye and the currency, Blood Money. It's beautiful. I love it. So I'm going to wet it here, get it good and wet, and then I'm going to load it up, and we're going to start the shave. Never used this brush yet, but I have used these H3 knots, and they're fabulous. So if you want to reach out to Logan and get you one, I'll put his address in the description here. So let's load this baby up and see how it does. I haven't used my 6C in quite a while. So today I was looking in my drawer there, and I spotted it, and I said, hey, I think I'll use that. Oh, also, we've got a giveaway today. And I only had 6 entries, and doggone it, I forgot to, or 7 entries, and I forgot to bring the list, but I know who won. Let's see if I can remember. It was Chuck Shaving Channel, Tom Smith, Nori of Duran, Doucette, don't remember the first name. Oh gosh, I can't. But it was 7, so that's what we had. And I put all those names on the wheel, just like I always do. And I spun the wheel, and the winner this week is Tom Smith. So Tom, congratulations, you won. Be sure to send me your mailing information. My email address is rwright@brtc, and that's also only if you want to. I'm gonna rub this residual soap on my face. Only if you want to. That's also my PayPal address if you want to send me the $5 to help with the shipping, but you don't have to. That's always been the rule. You can. It's voluntary. Nobody will ever know. I'm not going to get over there and say Tom didn't send $5. So don't worry about it. Only me and you will know the story. So congratulations to Tom Smith. He is a loyal supporter of the channel, as are the others, but can't but one win at a time. All right, I'm going to start spreading the lather. I got this good paste worked up with this beautiful brush. I was through buying brushes. What I'm going to have to do is stay off of Facebook or something, because of course Hoosier LatheWorks has a Facebook page, so I was on Facebook one night and this brush popped up and I saw it and I just said, wow. I am afraid I'm going to have that. So here it is. Look at that lather, man, it is. For a brand new badger knot, gosh, I am dripping all over the place. For a new badger knot, this thing is pretty amazing. Never before used. Now I did, like I said, I conditioned it. I guess that's what you call it. I washed it out. And you may want to make note of this, because this is a good way to start out with a new badger knot. I washed it just a couple of times with Dawn dishwashing liquid, and then I got some of my wife's hair conditioner, not air conditioner, but hair conditioner. What do they call it? Cream rinse or something. Anyway, and I washed it with it. I left it on there for about an hour. Then I washed it all out and dried it in the sun. Now, drying a natural hairbrush, whether it be boar or badger, for the first time, when you get a new one, letting it dry out in the sunlight really helps split those ends and get it broken in. Boy, that's beautiful. And You know, probably heard your wife or girlfriend or whatever, significant other, in the summertime they'll complain about split ends because they've been out in the sun too much. Well, it does the same thing to badger or boar hair. Let me adjust this a little. As it does to human hair. It'll split those ends and get them in good shape for shaving. So here we go with the 6C with a new menorah blade in it. The 6C is a really nice razor. Of course, you know there's a 6S also, which is the stainless version. And I've had a 6S, but I tell you what, the shave with it and the 6C to me is just identical. So one day I saw a guy on one of the BST sites saying, does anyone have a 6S they would like to sell? They're out of stock and this, that, and the other. And I thought, you know what, I don't need a 6C and a 6S, so I sold it to him. And I haven't regretted it for a second, because this 6C, like I said, it shaves just as well. And I'm shaving with the 5 plate. None of the, well, at least in my opinion, none of the plates are real aggressive. I gotta wash this off too. My hand has got lather all over it. There we go. So the 5 is not, there's a little blade feel, but not a lot. I've experimented with all of them. The 1 plate, for someone who has never shaved with a DE razor, it'd probably be good to start out with, but it's basically for a seasoned shaver that shaves with DE. I find it to be kind of useless. For somebody brand new, be a great plate to start out on to help get your technique down pat. Have to be careful on this part. When you're doing these videos, there are certain parts in the video where you can afford to talk, and there are certain parts where you don't need to. And you learn that the hard way. Menorah blades, they're nice, very smooth and sharp. I work extra hard on this part of my shave because I don't do a second pass on this part. I get it all done with one pass. The same for here under the nose. Now the one weakness of the 6C and 6S is it is hard to get under the nose. But it can be done by going both directions. Okay, let's pass one. Let's wet my face here a little bit, and we'll start pass two with blood money. I sold all my synthetic brushes yesterday because I no longer use synthetic. Well, almost all of them. I kept a couple just for old time's sake. But I have fallen in love with Badger once I finally learned how to use it. And you got to have a good Badger nut. There's all kinds of different grades of Badger. This is Manchurian Badger. And one thing you've got to learn is, you know, which works best for you. I mean, there's all kinds of grades, but don't get a pure Badger or a I don't know what some of the other grades are. Best Badger or whatever. Now Frank Shaving has a great Best Badger, but a lot of Best Badgers, what I'm saying is don't buy a cheap Badger brush and expect it to perform like this one is. It's not going to happen. I go against the grain on my second pass here because this razor is not too aggressive for that. Plus I've got a nice slick lather. Gotta rinse this hand again, man, I tell you. Soap is so slick, it's making my hand slick. This 6C is a really, really nice razor, and if you don't have one, I'm not sure what the price of them is now. They used to be $50. They may have gone up just a little, I'm not sure. But they're less than half of a 6S. And I'm telling you, at least for me, they shave just as well. Never had a problem getting a good shave with it. The head's a little bulky, yes it is, but I can live with that. This may be the last video for a while because we're going out of town. I can't remember the dates exactly. I have to ask my travel agent, which is my wife. She's the one that keeps up with all that. I always rub soap off my neck when I'm shaving my cheek there, so I have to re-lather it. Okay, I believe that's going to do us. All right, guys, I'm going to clean up and I'll be right back. Okay, yes, I'm back. Scared me there for a minute. Okay, it's time for the Camp Phoexnix aftershave, which is smells so good, so good. And we're going to recap right quick. We used the Camp Phoexnix from PAA soap. We used the Camp Phoexnix aftershave. They call it aftershave cologne. Aftershave and cologne, they call it. I used the 6C razor that I've got all cleaned up now with a first use Gillette Menorah blade. And this beautiful brush that I've got cleaned up. Turn it around so you can see all that work in the middle. Try to get this up close so you can see that shredded currency. I thought that was neat. But Logan pointed out this was not, he did not take current currency and shred it. He bought it this way, so it was discontinued currency. I guess bills get old and they shred them up and then turn around and sell them. Who would have thought? Anyway, that was it for today. Congratulations to Tom Smith. Now, as far as the giveaways go, they're kind of coming to an end, and I don't know if I'll have another one week after next or not. It depends on how many brushes I've got left, because I've been giving some of these brushes away to my friends and acquaintances to try. So we'll see. But as of right now, there may not be any more for a while. They'll come back at some point, but not for a while. And I hope you enjoyed that part of my channel. I enjoyed doing it, and I appreciate everybody that's been entering. And I'm sorry everybody couldn't win, but some people are like me, they never win anything. So it's kind of the way. Well, I can't say that. I won a couple of things. The last thing I won was a tub of Heritage Hill Shave Company Washington soap and splash. I got a splash with that too. So, but that's after entering, I don't know, 484,000 giveaways. But no, I won a couple of things, but not much. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that shave. I sure did. It's a very good shave with that 6C. And I'll talk to you guys the next time. Adios.